Good morning. I had a feeling I'll be playing bus driver today. Good morning. It's Shacky Glass Mama, Navy Vet Certified Doer, and your laced up legislative for the House Delegates, District 89 until it's 93, and we'll get deeper into redistricting as we sort of look at what's out ahead of us. I want to say good morning. I hope that your weekend served you well. If you are coming off of if you're coming off of time with your little citizens because of spring break and that extra day, then welcome back to the world today. Truly welcome back to the world, as they will be back in the classroom exactly where they need to be. As I watch buses sort of stroll their way, the yellow submarines through the neighborhoods, we say we are back in motion. I'm so grateful to have you guys here with us, sharing and caring and doing all the things. And I did say 89, 93, we are still waiting. Before we get into the good news, right? We educate, advocate, celebrate, and legislate. Before we get into the celebration, as a gentle reminder, we are still waiting for results from the court case that will determine whether or not we will be running again. Let me let that money fly over us. We're still waiting on results from the court case. That's going to determine when we'll have to run for this seat again. And it won't be the same district. So just a heads up, the 89th district, I will be moved into the 93rd district. Most of the 89th district that we are serving now and will continue to serve until we have to transition into the new districts and start doing those things. Most of that district is now the 92nd district, I believe. But what I do know is we're going to work really hard to make sure that Norfolk has the best representation, the best representation in Richmond, as we try to legislate to make our local lives better. Okay? So that's it. That's all. I am going to continue to work, or I'm not even going to say I, because it is a we. It is a team, as we get back stacked up on building the infrastructure to make sure that this office is successful. So there are things that are kind of slow right now, and yes, they're slow because we've got some hiring that we need to do. I'm just giving you guys, again, the educate, advocate, celebrate, educate you on the office. A lot is expected of us, but we don't necessarily have the resources to do it and do it well. So in talking with my team yesterday, we will be fundraising to hire specific positions to make sure that at least this office is serving you all, not just our district, but representing Norfolk in a way that gels with who we are and what we expect. I don't want to be making decisions on things that are not connected back to the realities of the community, and that comes at a cost. So I've got about 5 positions that we'll be hiring, some interns that will be coming on board so that we can become an efficient, a reliable, communicative office. So thank you all for bearing with us as we literally build the infrastructure to help us do this job well. All right, we got some celebration, y'all. We have some amazing things to celebrate in our in our neck of the woods. I think sometimes we forget, I know I do, that we've got a lot of educational institutions in our own backyard, and I want to celebrate those young people that either chose to stay home or those ones that chose to come to the city of Norfolk to do their post-secondary education. It's a beautiful thing that we have so many. That's like when we talk about community asset mapping, and that's something that I definitely am hoping to partner and give a better understanding of that for our communities. If you haven't already done this, the Department of Neighborhood Development has where you can map all the assets in your community, which means what are the things that are really good or helpful, where are the churches, where's the gas station, all these different things, And as I asset map our district, and even our city, we got some good stuff. So we're going to start with those college kids. We talked about Joe Bryant Jr. last time. Joe Bryant Jr. is a senior at Norfolk State, and he was just named Male Athlete of the Year. So congratulations to Joe Bryant Jr. And to, I'm going to mess this girl's name up, and I don't want to. Her name is Tuli Usef. She plays softball, and she is from Virginia Beach, and she is Female Athlete of the Year for Norfolk State. Oh, and I forgot to say, Joe, he plays basketball, and he's actually a hometown boy. So he stayed, and he's doing amazing things. Also to Marquise Hall, he's a junior. He's actually from Woodbridge, Virginia. He is a Male Athlete of the Year. And he plays football. So, and then Sierra Jones, she plays volleyball, and she is actually from Bridgeville, Delaware. So congratulations to those student athletes. I don't think we give them enough love and respect to the things that they're doing. You guys can find out all the all-team and the scholars in our area if you go to @NSU Athletics. Let's shift over to ODU. ODU, we're going to shout out their cheer squad because their spirit squad competed in the NCAA, and I'm not saying NCAA, I think, but the NCAA championship, and they got 6th place, which I'm sure that is a lot. There are, I think, over 20 teams. 6th place is amazingly brilliant, so we're glad for them. Last thing with ODU, they are having a contest. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Commonwealth Classic. It's baseball. So the Commonwealth Classic comes to Harbor Park, and ODU is giving out 2 free tickets to the Commonwealth Classic. If you guys haven't been to not a football game, if you haven't been to a baseball game here, like, it is an experience. As a kid, I grew up going to Sox games with my dad, and enjoying ourselves in such an amazing way. You know, it was empty in them seats, so we went running around and stuff. But, you know, from the hot dogs to the popcorn, it's a whole experience. I think you should do it. But all you have to do for ODU to get free tickets to the Commonwealth Classic is download the app, ODU. That's my bus driver, not my bus driver, but the bus driver. All you have to do is download the app, ODU Sports 360 app. So download ODU Sports 360 for a chance to win 2 free tickets to the Commonwealth Classic. Let's celebrate, right? We got good stuff going on. And I'm a weirdo who likes hockey, so I'm waiting on hockey season. All the things we have to do here. All right, so let's get into stuff. There's a lot going on. Some lifelong learning. Oh, as a matter of fact, what I do want to plug and make sure y'all know, this Saturday is our in-person town hall. If you haven't gotten the opportunity to sign up, to tell your mama, tell your cousin, tell your friends, we would love to see you at the town hall on Saturday. It is super important. We're going to debrief all the things that we have done, that we want to do. We'd love to get the questions from you. If you have questions, don't hesitate to email us. Details are on our Facebook page, and they should be up on the website. I will verify that, but our growth is definitely contingent on your participation. We will always be looking for spaces and places to expand our ability to show up in a meaningful way, but it gets better. We do this better when you are holding us accountable. I swear. We do the things better when y'all are like, look, or telling us what works. So I need your face in the place and have your people in the place too. Considering the place, you see me out here breathing in and breathing out, right? There are neighborhoods in our community that have undergone some serious environmental concerns and are just now in the process of being heard. Let me learn you something. And this is not just important, even if you don't live in these neighborhoods respectively, but to understand some of the ongoing, deeply rooted, challenging concerns that you may not even think are in our backyard. So we have neighborhoods like Lambert's Point, and actually one of our sister cities in Newport News have been dealing with the fact that their air quality is I don't know anywhere else to put it but shite. It's not great. And for years and years and years, because of coal dust, and years, folks have been trying. I mean, I remember a woman telling me you could walk outside and feel the soot on your body, right? One woman said, I can't even dry my clothes outside because on my clothes that you will see the dust on my clothes. And if that's happening to their clothing, what is happening to their lungs, to their bodies? We have children that live in these neighborhoods. And I know we always point to the children as a means to get empathy, but it's everyone. So the DEQ, and you can say it with me, DEQ, the Department of Environmental Quality, that's a state-run organization. And thanks to the work of organizations like New Virginia Majority that have really dug in and said, no, y'all not gonna forget that we got issues over here. Y'all gonna get to work. We need to answer our questions. This department that's responsible for administering laws and regulations related to air quality, water supply, renewable energy, and land protection is now going to be putting out a survey to really test that air quality. This is a big deal. Folks have been working for this forever. So what we need, because hold on, this money flying over. there's that money, you know. Everybody looks up. All right, so they got almost $500,000 for a quality study, specifically at these coal terminals, where these neighborhoods are that are right. When we talk about EJ, environmental justice, like that's a huge portion of what we're gonna have to concentrate on as we look at green infrastructure. This is extending it, but the environment, the quality there has been not necessarily prioritized. Has not been prioritized for a number of reasons. And so no longer will these neighborhoods be down and out. I need you guys to get people to go to DEQ, and I'm saying this, DEQ, in the Department of Environmental Quality, right? DEQ, a state-run organization, right? DEQ.Virginia, DEQ.Virginia.gov / it's TAME, TAME. They are still surveying, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know there's some folks deeply involved in here. They're still surveying. We need folks to show up. Like we need people to start talking, like the schools in the area, the folks that are renting, homeowners. That Lambert's Point is a huge area where we have a lot of transient folks. And so it is going to take an effort, a full-fledged effort, to let folks know that this is going on as we look at how the state reaches down to help make our quality of lives better. And that's what this is about. It's about just knowing the damage that we're allowing to be done so we can take steps so that you can help me as your state legislator hold these organizations accountable. When they step in, we have to step up, right? Because we be asking them to come in. Okay? Last but not least, because I know we didn't have much time this morning, and then I want to really talk about the two events that we have coming up. I received several complaints about the way in which people choose to market the city of Norfolk. And I want you guys to understand, as my chosen home, there is a love that we have, that most Norfolks have for our city, that is undeniable. You can't really explain why it is that you love it, but you do. Or maybe you can. If you can, that is beautiful to be able to articulate it. There is a certain je ne sais quoi that this city has that makes people want to call it home. It's very authentic. It's very eclectic. It's nurturing in its ways. It's beauty, it's gritty, it's diverse, and I love this place. Oftentimes, we are finding that folks, particularly media, are very strategic in painting our home, our place in space, as substandard. And I'm here to tell y'all, we got sister cities whose lived experiences are different than ours, but are having the same issues, but not necessarily seeing themselves on the front page of the paper or on the news. And one egregious story last night, and I'm saying this one because it was actually sent to me, and again, this is the umpteenth complaint that I've had. What can we do about the way people see our city? There was I think they arrested 10 people in connection to a 2020 shooting. And when you read the article about the folks, it was one person from Norfolk and then 9 people from respectively Chesapeake, Portsmouth, and Virginia Beach. One person. But when they decided to show all the mugshots, it appeared that they labeled everybody as from Norfolk. You know, Norfolk is our baby. It's our love story. And so there's some work to do as we redefine what it looks like. Because, you can't just look at the city brochures, because that's not always representative. As we redefine what it looks like, it's going to take work. And it starts with these things that we're doing. And so I'm opening up our office to suggestions. There are some papers or some local media companies that have started up that are really trying to be more truthful about what we see here in Norfolk. Shout out to Currents, ran by a local named Paul Rice. Currents is a local paper where he is not only just looking at telling our stories better, but how do we interact with our local government better? How do our neighborhoods get access to resources better? So shout out to Paul. If you haven't checked out the Currents, it is a great place that is objective, so much so sometimes our city folks use their stuff. So he is doing a phenomenal job, and we have to do more of that. We have to tell our own stories, because to be quite honest, these stations and a lot of the papers are not representing who we are. Yep, you're absolutely right. Because what Charlene said, employees have a responsibility as well to not berate the city. What I think we have to do, Charlene, just holding on to their frustrations, right? I think what we have to do as a collective, especially as folks who appreciate our city employees, right? We appreciate the street sweepers. We appreciate the folks that help us get our DMV, that's state, folks that help us get our taxes paid. All these people, we appreciate the services that are provided throughout the city, and we do not want them exploited, and we do not want them undervalued. We also have to be supporters, and hopefully being able to show up for them in a way that they feel supported by the city, not the city. Does that make sense? Because I have to do a better job as well of not generalizing the word the city as the electeds, generalizing the word of the city as the employees, or generalizing the word of the city as the people, but as the people, because we are the city. And I think there definitely is some work to do around the city. But I hear you. With respect to fair treatment and collective bargaining, our city employees are hurting. And I have, when we were on the campaign trail for Super War 7, it was a lot of stories about just wanting to be valued, not just monetarily, but as a whole person. So it's about quality of life. Norfolk Public Schools is calling me this morning. Hold on, there it is. Okay. Let that phone call in so you can hear me. Hold on. Okay, so yes, we are part of telling that story. It's not a rebrand, it's on brand, right? We don't need to rebrand ourselves. We need to get on brand with who we are. Good morning and good morning. Last but not least, y'all, let me tell you something. Not only do we have a town hall this Saturday, which I hope you're going to be at this Saturday, Yosemite Community Church at 3:30. That's 15:30. Yep. I want your face in the place. But coming up May 21st, we have a huge event. Can I say it? Can you just hear, like, huge? We have a huge event coming up. It's called Norfolk Can Fly. We will be providing opportunities for young folks and families that may not necessarily be engaged with aviation. We want to get at least 75 plus folks out to the Norfolk International Airport to see pathways to drones, pathways to good morning, pathways to drone licensing, pathways to aviation maintenance, pathways to STEM. We oftentimes don't even include aviation in STEM. So May 21st, be on the lookout for signups. I am so excited about having a spectrum of people there. That means I've got, Spanish-speaking folks that are in aviation doing not just the maintenance jobs, but sometimes in the towers. We've got women that do maintenance. We've got teenagers that fly. Black women that fly. Like, everybody looks up. And so this event is about creating a pathway for careers in aviation, but not just that, giving everybody the sense of possibility that they can fly quite literally. Because right now we're flying, right? Figuratively. So I want you guys, I want to see you this Saturday, April 23rd. Am I saying that right? Yes. I'm going to tell you, Miss Charlene, we talked about including NPS. Oh, and let me go back to this. Yes, it's a little chilly out here, so if you're deciding to go out, this is pneumonia weather, as my grandmother would say. Last night it was raining, and I was out in the rain because my son had a sports game. This morning, it's cold, so take care of yourself. This is that weather where it's back and forth, and you need to make sure you're keeping yourself cool. You can always take it off, but you can't put it on. And we don't need you sick, not because we want you to work yourself, because remember, we don't have dream jobs, because we don't dream of labor, but we do what we have to do. We do what we want to do, hopefully do the things that we love to do to contribute and create the quality of lives that we want. I am hopeful that our CT&E coordinator will be able to help put this event out for NPS, as this is really an event where we want to give scholars that wouldn't ordinarily have the opportunity to brush up against aviation in this way. And what we do know is that there are some new CTE programs coming to Norfolk Public Schools that are going to be phenomenal. And we're really excited about that. And we're excited about making sure that as CT&E grows in our area, we have a huge opportunity for renewable energy, for wind energy that we are going to have here. That is jobs, not just job, careers, love languages, huge opportunity. My dog's about to bark at me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, it's because I'm bundled up, y'all. But that is huge. May 21st, mark your calendars. Get ready. We want to see you. This isn't just for the scholars, too. This is for if you know someone that may be in a crux in their life, COVID did a number, and may be looking for a career change. There may be an opportunity to get back into school, paid. Right, get back into school and shift your career. So I'm excited. I know you can't tell, but I'm super excited, and I want to see you there. And we will talk more about that on Saturday at the town hall. If you can't come to the town hall, we will have it on Facebook Live. It will be a listen only for Facebook Live, but if you have questions, please submit them either to us via Facebook or via email, whichever works best for you. You can always call the district office at 757-472-1293. 757-1293. You can always call or email the Del J Glass at house.virginia.gov, Del, like delegate, jglass at house.virginia.gov to submit your questions, comments, or concerns. And again, I'm going to express gratitude for your patience as we get this infrastructure off the ground and make this office work properly. I know, and you probably hear it, we don't get all the tools, parts, and materials to be successful. But darn it, our team is going to work really hard, fundraise, and hire the folks that we need to make sure that you are represented well. Okay? Make it a great Tuesday. The week has just begun, and there's still things to do and be, and hope that you have some fun. I was trying to rhyme. All right, this is Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, and your delegate, the laced up legislator. I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday.